Hello everyone, welcome to this video on how to connect with Excel data sources and create a custom Excel dashboard with Bold BI. Bold BI supports both XLS and XLXS formats. Most users keep their data in a table format in Excel sheets. We support both tables and worksheets. Let's see how to connect Excel files located in local storage and imported from cloud storage. To begin with, I create a data source in Bold BI by connecting with the Excel file that I have in my local machine. To do this, I navigate to the Data Source tab available in the left navigation bar. Here you can see the list of data sources you've created to connect to your dashboard. Click the Create Data Source button available in the top right corner of the Bold BI site. You can see the list of data source connectors supported in Bold BI. Select the Excel data source under the Files category. Now you can see the Excel configuration panel is prompted. Provide a name and a description, then choose the file which you are looking to connect. There are some restrictions in Excel file size. It should not be more than 75 megabytes. Worksheets created in Excel 2007 and later versions will be supported, but make sure the file is not password protected. As I said earlier, we support both worksheet and table import types. Let's look at the worksheets import type. While connecting an Excel file that contains worksheets, ensure the column headers are placed on the first row of the sheet, since they will be considered data columns. Once uploaded, click the Connect button. Now you will see the Schema Preview dialog. Here, each sheet of the Excel file will be shown as a table on the left side in a tree view. Choose the sheets and the columns you want. You can also see a preview of the data in each table on the right side grid. Once you have confirmed the tables and columns, click Connect. Now your selected data will be moved to the Bold BI data store, specially reserved for your tenant. Once this is done, you will be directed to the Data Source Designer of Bold BI. Now, drag and drop the tables that you want and join them with the appropriate join conditions. You can also do other actions here, like create expression columns and filter your data. To learn more about the Data Source Designer, check out the video Working with Bold BI User Interface. The link will be included in the video's description. You can see the Share Table option in the bottom left corner. This is nothing but the table you already have in your data store. You can see all your previously extracted data here, and you can combine that table with your new data. You can join a shared table by simply dragging another table from the Table Explorer into the Table Design pane to join it with the table you already selected. Once you're done, you can click Continue to Dashboard to start creating a dashboard, or click Save and Exit to save your data source. Let's save the data source. Now, we have seen an Excel connection using worksheets. Let's connect another Excel file to import tables from the Excel worksheets. Click Create Data Source and select the Excel connection. Now, provide a name and description. Then select the Excel file that has tables in it. Bold BI Excel Data Connector allows you to connect multiple tables from one worksheet. In this workbook, Order Details worksheet has two different tables. Choose the import type Tables. Now, you can connect with multiple tables from the worksheet in the Designer and save the data source as we did for the worksheets. Now, we have created an Excel connection and extracted tables from it. To modify the data, you can edit the data source. Click the Kebab menu on the right side and select Edit Data Source. It will redirect you to the Data Source Designer. Using Edit Connection option, you can change Excel file to update your data. Now, let's see how to connect to an Excel file from cloud storage. Let's connect to an Excel file uploaded in OneDrive. Click Create Data Source. Choose the Cloud Storage category in the drop-down list. Bold BI supports connecting to Excel files from leading cloud storage vendors like Microsoft OneDrive, Box, Dropbox, Google Drive, and Microsoft SharePoint. Here, let's select the OneDrive connector. Authenticate your account and choose your Excel file. Enter the data source name and choose the import type. In other words, the table or sheet that you want to import from the selected file. As we already saw, after selecting your data, it will be moved to the Bold BI data store. You can also schedule this process to keep your data and the dashboard up to date using the Refresh Setting button here. We will talk about this option later in this video. Let's click the Select button. Now you will be able to see the Schema Preview dialog we saw earlier. Proceed with the same steps we did earlier for connecting a local Excel file. Now, we have seen how to connect an Excel file from the OneDrive cloud storage. You can connect with other cloud storages in the same way. As I said earlier, an advantage to connecting an Excel file from cloud storage is having the option to keep your data live in the dashboard. This is possible using the refresh setting. To modify the refresh setting for the OneDrive data source, in the Data Source tab, edit the data source by clicking the Kebab menu on the right side and selecting Edit Data Source. It will redirect you to the Data Source Designer. Click Refresh Settings in the window to trigger the request periodically and keep the data up to date in the dashboard. Using the Refresh Settings option, you can create a schedule to move your data from your cloud location to an intermediate database location for the data source. You can schedule the data to refresh hourly, daily, weekly, or monthly. This will automatically trigger a call to the API configured in the data source to keep the data up to date. If you do not want to sync your new data, then just disable the enabled option. Let's configure the schedule to 5 minutes for this data source. In cloud storage, while synchronizing with your new data, make sure you update your existing file with new records or replace the latest file with one of the same name and save it with the modified content before a refresh triggers. Deleting a file and then uploading a file with the same name will make the scheduler consider this file as a new one, which results in data loss of the table created from the old file. You can see the Excel file has 8 records now. Since we set the refresh setting for 5 minutes, you can see the updated records every 5 minutes. You can see the additional records have been retrieved here. There is no incremental update for the Excel connections. If the Excel file is large, refreshing the data will take more time, since it will fetch the entire Excel file. Depending on the Excel file size, schedule refreshes should be configured effectively. Let's see how to create a dashboard and connect the configured Excel data source. To do this, create a dashboard by clicking the Add icon in the left navigation bar and choose Start from Scratch. Enter a name for your dashboard and click Add and Design. Now you will be redirected to the Dashboard Designer user interface with a blank dashboard. Click the data source pane available in the right navigation panel. You can import your created data source from the data source module using the Use Existing button. Now, we have imported the Excel data source created in the Data Source tab. You can start configuring the data to bind to the widgets in your interactive dashboard. To learn more about how to create your dashboard, check out the video, Creating Your First Dashboard. The link has been included in the video's description. Here's a complete dashboard that I have created to analyze metrics for trader sales analysis using Northwind data. Let me publish the dashboard by clicking the Publish button. The dashboard is successfully rendered after publishing. In this video, we have discussed connecting Excel data sources from local and cloud storage as worksheets and tables, data refreshing, and creating a dashboard using the Excel data source in Bold BI. Thanks for watching.